Another week on our podcast.
Another week on our podcast.
Welcome
Jack.
back. Obviously the Every Other Saturday podcast. Now on episode 7. Episode 7.
He was a 7-time world champion.
Who was a 7-time world champion?
Wasn't he Booker T? Anyway, well, he was actually. I don't know. I can't remember. It doesn't matter if he was a world champion.
Talk about being a WWE fan. He's like,
listen, I can't remember at the moment because my main focus right now, Jack, is talking about Glasgow
talking
Rangers.
about the ongoings at Rangers. Obviously, football's back. The proper football's back.
The proper football is back, indeed, Jack.
Started it off with a home game against Dundee United. Did you see the game?
I did indeed, Jack. Legal streams in that.
Nah. What even you think with the Rangers TV? Shocking.
I'm not
Shocking,
money, mate. I'll give you £10 for a ticket right now.
You can do you, but I watched it on Rangers TV legally.
You're a season ticket holder, but.
And I was pretty impressed actually with the show come back after the international break. Obviously no Aribo for 46 weeks or something, Gerald was saying, but apart from that, a fully fit team. Not for long though.
No.
Not for long.
No.
4 injuries, I think it was. Balogun injured in the warm-up. Helander steps in. And then throughout the game, Barker, Morelos, and Ryan Jack all injured as well. But the 5 sub rule, I done its wonders.
It did do its wonders. I know a lot of people will criticise that rule, obviously, because it's not what we're used to. But for Rangers, there it was well needed, wasn't it?
Nah, because you look at that, even the strength and depth of our team, having a full fit team, and players are going to be coming in and out, injuries and whatever, and you've got enough to bring on for the bench is always it's a good sign.
No,
because
it definitely is.
I mean, you're bringing Alfredo Morelos off the bench to replace Brandon Barker. I mean that.
It's not bad, that is it?
Yeah,
that's not a bad replacement, though.
Living life pretty well in the Rangers bench. But overall, apart from obviously the injuries disrupting us, we didn't start as well as we never really start games well, in my opinion. But eventually get the goal, the breakthrough, wonderful goal, just
tremendous goal of football.
Even Haji's pass through, just perfect. And Ryan Kent, Jesus Christ, man, had the defender on skates.
What I was saying is, in previous episode, you know what I mean, about the international break. Usually, players, you know what I mean. I thought it might have not killed our momentum, fully, but I just thought it might have. Some of the players that were on international duty might have always been up for it.
Because obviously they've been playing, Stephen Davis and Hollander, for instance, played full 90 minutes.
Exactly. So I thought, but no, tremendous goal for Ryan Kent, just showing why he is probably the most important player this season, I would say, for Rangers.
No, he's unbelievable. Genuinely, don't have any better words to say about him, man. You can't sum it up. He's just been incredible this season, and hopefully that continues into
that the whole left side for me, man, is
the left side's unbelievable.
Tremendous. I think that's going to be the key for us personally to winning the league.
That left side.
Keep
Matt all fit and firing and all. Because you look at the majority of the goals are coming for Bassey assists.
Exactly, Bassey.
Or it's getting made through Kent.
Exactly, the two of them are probably I would say the most important players.
And then
in the team.
For the second goal as well, Barisic cross.
Exactly.
Tavernier's right at the back post.
Well, we've got to talk about the captain on his big record appearance for the club, 250 minutes.
250 appearances, aye.
And it's just I know you can criticise him, you can, you know what I mean, you can say
we've all criticised him, we've all loved him at the same time, but
his goals and his assists, the record that he's got, and that's a striker's record, man.
I mean, to be the only player still there for when Mark Warburton took over, to go through all this shite, and just still be starting and be the captain of Rangers. He's not just there for no reason, in my opinion.
No, he's not, man.
I've been the biggest critic of him ever.
I think we have, maybe.
Everybody has. He doesn't shout enough in the park. He doesn't look like a leader. But if
Steven Gerrard, he leads by example.
Exactly. If Steven Gerrard's keeping him as his captain, and Gerrard being that captain of Liverpool for so many years, you obviously see something in him for the captaincy.
Well, same with his vice captain as well, Connor Goldson as well. You can hear Goldson; he's very vocal on the park. So.
Goldson's a passionate player and all, man.
Definitely.
He obviously doesn't like fucking up.
No.
But sometimes that will happen, obviously, with defenders.
No, but I just wanted to really say with that, he's just been a tremendous servant for the club so far.
250 games already, man. It doesn't even seem that long.
Not a lot of people get to play that many games for Rangers. I mean, especially when the kind of team he came into, as you said, the Warburton team.
Exactly. You don't expect many of the players to stick about for as long.
Exactly. So I just thought he deserved to get a wee mention there. But I just thought, I mean, the goals were just superb. Roof's goal.
I mean, Roof's goal was amazing.
That
Build-up play.
was beautiful, man. Beautiful. That was football, man. That was
That's what you want to see at Rangers, man. Like even a player like Scotty Arfield, who again we've come on and criticised here,
even Davis and all, by
exactly.
Even
like,
Davis,
we'll get to that, but even like as you said, Davis, Arfield, like these players who we wrote off at the start of the season, thinking, "Oh, no chance we're going to do with them in our team," are starting to show their worth.
Exactly, and that's, as you say, mate, that's the most important thing I think for wanting to win a league or anything like that. You've got to have depth in there, and you've got to have experience as well. You know what I mean? Davis has won the league. He's won the cups up here. He knows what it takes to represent Rangers. He knows what it means to be a Rangers player. So I think with him and with Arfield's experience for down, you know what I mean, down in England and that. Obviously, he's no won like many titles. I don't know if he.
Yeah, but he's just. I think he won the playoff with Burnley and that.
I mean,
maybe,
it's not really something to celebrate.
It's not really. It's Burnley, but he's still he's a guy that's been down, had success in England, and came back up to Scotland playing for his boyhood club again.
No, that's what I'm on about. It's just good to have experience there, and as I say, the left side's so important. I feel in terms of going to challenge for the league title and fucking hopefully winning it, man. Hopefully.
I know you'd like to say after talking about Tav and all that, he's been through all these shite years. He needs to win trophies to be like considered.
No, I consider one of the best
because he is a really good right back. Don't get me wrong.
Tremendous, man.
We've not had many better in my opinion.
No.
I think since I've been growing up, but
I think the thing with Tav is I don't know. You can see when he's overthinking stuff on the park for me. Like you can see when he's overthinking a pass that you know what I mean. Or
like
when
he tries to just sometimes do stuff like too complicated. Like there's an easy pass and he'll always take the difficult one. Like I do get that with him sometimes and all, but he's chipping in with assists, even like goals, not for penalties this season. I know it's interesting and.
He's one of the big players at the club as well. Got to respect him.
He's a big player. And then the other two goals coming, obviously, you said for Roof, and then Arfield got his goal, and our 2 assists it was for Hadji in the game.
I know I messaged you after the game and I said to you, who's your man of the match?
And you said Hadji?
I said Hadji, yeah. I just fucking...
He had a good... Got a good assist in that, but I'm wanting goals for Hadji. Like he was in the positions to score them.
No, I know that, mate. No, I'm the same, but I think you're more likely to see him assisting and just, you know what I mean, doing the job. Obviously, you want to see him take the shots, you know what I mean, because
of course
his dad was in that. But I just think he's one of those players that's going to give, I think, a lot more assists than goals. You know what I mean? I think he'll definitely, same as Ryan Kent, I think he'll step up on the big occasions like he did. You know what I mean? Last season in Europe. Ryan Kent always steps up in the Old Firms, the big games. That's what I'm on about. Maybe, you know what I mean, you may say the goals and all that come in the big games for Hadji. I just think he's more likely to be the guy that plays a smart pass or assist. You know what I mean?
Obviously, adding goals to these games the next thing because like Kent, the past couple of seasons hasn't been so prolific. But he's starting to become more prolific. So I think if Hadji gets
it's going to take him time, man. It's the same with anyone. I know it's easy nowadays. I feel like just to criticise a player. He's fucking like. It's an important thing to give them time and let them adjust. You know what I mean? I know we had him on loan for the remainder of the last season, but I just think he'll still need that time to just find his feet. I think you know what I mean? Because we don't think about when we think about footballers. We don't think like what's going on in their life. You know what I mean? We think about when they're playing that 90 minutes. Sorry. So I don't know. I just think, you know what I mean, there could be a lot of stuff going on in his life, but I just think he's a quality player for us, man. He'll prove it over time as well.
Hopefully that'll continue. But to get on to a new section of the podcast, following obviously talking about the Rangers game, we're going to go into rating every player out of 10. We're going to give player ratings out of 10
fan TV here.
For each player. So we'll start off in net, John McLaughlin. What else can you really say about 10?
You can't really criticise him. I don't think he didn't really have that much to do, did he?
No, he didn't. They hit the bar in maybe the last 5-10 minutes.
That's about it. That's what I'm on about. Can't remember him ever being in trouble or anything like that.
No.
I've been impressed with him. I know he's not really had that much to do, but I've just been impressed with him.
He seems to make it a lot calmer for the defenders, playing out for the back. It seems that's his style. And it seems he's comfortable with doing that. So
I definitely think he's more Gerrard's keeper.
And it's going to take a while for Al McGregor to get back into that team.
I don't think he can straight back in.
No chance, because who would have expected us not even have conceded a goal yet?
No, I know. That's what I'm on about. When we first signed for Sunderland, I thought to myself, really, we're signing a keeper? for Sunderland. You know what I mean?
Nah, everybody thought that, didn't they? But he's really
Proved it, mate. He's
proved why he was signed. So, a 10 for John McLaughlin, and then at right back, James Tavernier obviously grabbing a goal, 250th game.
Yourself,
Captain's the team.
What are you giving him?
I'd give him a 10. For that whole.
No, I give him a 10. I think you have to give him a 10. I thought he played a good game. Man.
He did play well. He got his goal, and then on a special achievement for him.
Special night for him.
And then Connor Goldson.
I give that boy a 10, mate. Boy,
are we giving them all 10s here?
I mean, I'm sorry, right, but there's no really...
You can't fault the defence, that's the problem.
Man, you can't, because I just feel like Goldson, man, was a player that frustrated me so much last season.
And to see him, like, just have this complete changeover is like
mindset.
crazy.
I just think his mindset has changed now. I think it's because he knows now. I think when he first, you know what I mean, when he first signed, maybe it might have been like some players that sign if you know what I mean, for England and come up here. I think it's maybe going to be a piss fucking easy leap. But I think he's got the mindset now. He realises how big the club is. I don't mean to go on, but I just think he's going to be a massive player yet again. I think they're all going to be massive players for us.
Goldson's shown his qualities. He's shown why Gerrard
solid, man. He's just solid at the back.
Has his faith in him at the first as a first choice centre back and that. So you'd have to go with a 10. And Philip Hollander and all, just for the professionalism, playing for Sweden in 90 minutes against Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo, getting home, God knows whenever, then coming to the Rangers game, playing on Saturday a full 90 minutes when he wasn't even scheduled to start. Exactly. It's just top professional.
Notch, top professionals, that's what I'm going
So got to give him a 10. I think he was solid. Him and Goldson, no matter who plays with Goldson now, it's fine.
It's just fine.
Borna Barisic so is some in defence.
I mean,
I'm not going to give him a 10.
You're not going to give him a 10?
Just for he obviously assisted the goal, but
I was going to mate.
He could have got sent off. That's why he got took off. Obviously, 60 minutes or so. He was already on a yellow card, and it could have went any other way. So
exactly, mechanical is him, man.
I'd probably give Borna a 9 then.
I give him a 9. I give him a 9.
Ryan Jack obviously started the game,
but
10 minutes in he was subbed off, so you can't really.
That was a crazy first sort of thing. We lost, obviously, fucking Hingway in the warm up, and then we lost fucking Jack and fucking Baldy Barker as well. So I mean, I was thinking to myself, like, what the fuck have they been doing in training?
Exactly, what have they been doing, running through brick walls on or something? I mean, I think it was Kemal that came out and said the training's the most intense he's ever seen at Rangers, so doesn't surprise me.
At Rangers for fucking a couple of minutes.
Well, I've heard it off somebody. I can't mind if it was Roof, but Ryan Jack, can't really rate him. Glenn Kamara come on his place. What would you give for him?
It's hard not to give.
It's hard not to give everybody a 10.
I know.
It's really hard because we played so well, but
I'll give him a 9, mate. I'll give him a 9.
I'll give Glenn an 8.
Like, mate.
Just on the basis of what we've seen him at Finland and that, he can be a really good box-to-box midfielder, and we're still yet to see him going forward really at Rangers. So,
I just honestly, man, I just thought it was a solid performance of the team. But
Stephen Davis is a man who actually
who's proven me wrong, mate.
I think Stephen Davis gets my man of the match, honestly.
You said that, even that's what I was wondering. It was like Davis, alright, fair play. I could see why, but I just thought he was man of the match. But
no, Stephen Davis, unbelievable. Is same kind of basis as Philip Hollander. He played for Northern Ireland and then back playing for Rangers.
They all played internationals, mate.
Even at that age, Davis is at now and on, he's still there. Like, I've not said he was absolute dog shite 2 weeks ago, but he's proven us wrong.
No, he's definitely, man. That's what I want about. Sometimes you speak too soon. I don't know. I was just thinking.
It's just because we had a negative result. We're looking at the problem being midfield.
No, but it wasn't even that way. I don't want to go into it again, but it was just just thought that he wasn't the player that we first seen. You know what I mean? But no,
he was good. I'll give him a man of the match. He gets a 10. For you, 10.
I'll give him mate. No, because we can't get. I'll give him a 9 because we can't give.
Go and give him a 9 then.
You can't give the 10s, mate.
On the right hand side, Brandon Barker started the game 23 minutes in. I thought, for how long he was on the park, he was actually pretty good.
Positive. I
thought he was trying to make positive runs, trying to make stuff happen, which is
getting Barisic's way on someone. I think he linked up again, then pass it. But
obviously Gerrard's got his faith in Barker, and God knows how long he'll be out for now, but he'll need to fight his way back into the team again, which is sort of a shame because he was coming into starting a few games.
No, he was playing well. He was a positive
he was replaced by Alfredo Morelos.
Looked up for it.
Morelos did look up for it. He really didn't look like himself before the international break, where he just wasn't giving a fuck. But
no, it just looked like he was just. I mean, he was hungry.
Nah, he did. He looked pretty good. And then obviously he gets tackled, and we've got to talk about that tackle.
Let's finish the ratings here first before we get into the tackle.
We'll talk about that later on then. Morelos, for me, obviously going off as well at 60 minutes. He only played sort of 40 minutes of the game.
Give him an 8.
I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a 7, aye.
Oh, here you go. You see that tackle he took for you?
No, I'll give him a 7.
Aye, no.
And then the number 7, Yanis Hadji, playing in his preferred position, but we've all been crying out for it, centre attack mid. Gets 2 assists, as we've talked about.
Not Megan cunts and everything. I'll give him a 10.
I'll give Hadji a 9. Maybe it was a bit too harsh on him.
I think you've been a bit too harsh on the lad.
The 2 assists, pretty good. And then obviously the last game he got a goal, so hopefully he can build for there. The man of the hour, Ryan Kent.
Ryan Kent gets a 10, man.
Ryan Kent.
Just for that goal alone.
Ryan Kent just gets a 10. Aye. Unbelievable performance again. And then leading the line was Kemar Roof, who was good. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of what you're talking about when you see him at Leeds. Like, he's coming back into the midfield. He's trying to get the ball. Exactly. He's trying to make stuff happen. He's a real hungry looking player.
He's no selfish as well.
Nah, he is not.
Team player.
And just that goal, just my goal of the weekend, I think, honestly, at Rangers. Like, just the build-up play and then latching onto Arfield's ball is just what you want for a striker.
Arfield's he's like, you wee bastard, man.
But honestly, Roof played a good game. I'll give him a 9.
He was like a fox in the box, Jack, you could say.
Nah, he was. And then the other subs that come on was it was only Arfield got his goal and got an assist apparently on this.
Great effect on the team.
Played well.
Give him a 9.
I'll give him a 9 as well. And the last one was Calvin Bassey, and that's a player I've only seen one time. I thought he played really good actually. Coming on obviously for Barisic in the left back position. He looks like a powerful player. He looks like he's got pace. He wants to drive forward.
He gets right into the box as well.
He could have scored as well if he was on the park half an hour or something like that. So promising signs there.
No, definitely. That's one where when you first seen it, you're like, is he going to play in the youth team or what is it? But no, mate.
Honestly, really impressed with him.
Really impressed, man.
Buzzing to see more of him, really. Maybe we'll see more of him on Thursday. I'll give him an 8. Give him an 8 for how long he was on. And then that's the player.
I mean, realistically, you probably could have rated all the players.
You could have rated them all a 10, but to be a bit...
you got to be a bit fair there, I suppose. So the tackle, Jack.
We'll go into that tackle then.
Clearly, it's a red card, mate. He's getting Barisic yellows for really, in my opinion, nothing. That tackle was fucking dangerous, man. That boy had his
right up on his side.
Exactly, and the stud mark was already in his fucking.
Morelos crying down in pain. That
wasn't he crying? Mate?
Like
he's a buffalo.
He's a buffalo, but he was rolling about,
buffalo,
right. You never know with Morelos. That's the thing. And then you see on Rangers TV they zoomed in. There's a big gash on his thigh. You look back at the tackle. He has studied him. I'm like, how was there no a card for that?
It was not. That's what I'm on about. I was like, all right, well, if he's not going to get a red, he's definitely got to get a yellow for
and
that.
Then he just and
then he didn't. So
and then Morelos is getting stretched off. I'm like, right, so he's just getting stretched off for no reason. Then
exactly. And I think this is something we have to talk about, Jack. The refereeing in not only in Scotland but also maybe in England, but just especially here, it's fucking disgusting. The refereeing, man. Some of the tackles that have been done on Morelos or any other players.
There was also at the weekend there in the Hibs game. There was a cross into the box and Ryan Porteous handballed and nothing happened for that as well.
It's fucking.
It's just that we see this every single season. Like, it just makes you question. Like, does Scottish football get that label just for the referees being as bad as they are? Because I mean, how are you missing these kind of things?
But they're not made to see them. That's what I'm on about. That cunt was right there and could see what the fuck happened. And he didn't hang. Do you know that tackle reminded me? It was just in terms of like how dangerous it was. See the tackle fucking Joe Gardner made in that. It was Hamilton, wasn't it? Hamilton game. But just how fucking scary it was when like the collision happened.
It didn't look good. And Morelos is all right. He's travelled with the squad today and that. So
don't expect him to start.
It's just poor, honestly. It's just poor refereeing again.
And no, that's what I'm on. But then you wonder why our fan base feels like we're fucking, you know what I mean, targeted with these cunts. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But you know what I mean, it's disgusting at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I think you really. You know what I'm thinking? I honestly think women should be the main referees. Right? I don't care. Don't want to hear your sexist patter, right? Because honestly, like we'll get onto the games at the weekend in the Premier League, right? But I honestly think they referee the game a lot more fairly. You know what I mean, as a male up here, especially, I feel like it's how the fuck do you not be biased? You know what I mean, if you can sit there and go, oh, I support fucking Rannick Rovers or something. But, you know what I mean, your family's all like Celtic fans and all that.
Aye.
You know, and you grow up with it. I don't know, man. It's fucking disgusting, mate. Some of the decisions up here, man, and
it's always Rangers that seem.
It's always wee fucking poofy looking referees and all, man.
Fuck Kevin Clancy, honestly. Like
that fucking.
It's not the first time we've ever had bother with him. Like just him being in the way he is. Like it seems to always be at Rangers, but at least we won the game and it wasn't something that cost us the game. That's all I can say about that. But moving on swiftly again, the football's obviously right back in. Happening every single week now. We've got a game on Thursday I'm going to talk about, obviously. Lincoln Red Imps European qualifier.
I had no idea where the fuck we were going. I had to ask you that.
Well, obviously you've heard of them. They beat Celtic, Brendan Rodgers era, I think. Their first qualifier, they beat them 1-0 over there, so they've already beat Celtic. What are you expecting for the game? Because they're a Gibraltar team. Half of them are like plumbers and that.
But I mean, well, that's. I wouldn't say fucking. I don't know, mate. No, I wouldn't hang with them because fucking you see what happened with England and Denmark. But no, it doesn't matter. I'm expecting Rangers just to go over there and score for fun, really.
Nah, because obviously with the one-off kind of
game. I don't want to lose somebody like Kent injury or Barris. That's the worst thing that can happen in these games. That's what I hate about going to these fucking places. Is
the worst thing that can happen is a vital injury and all. But
exactly, man, and it's scary, man.
Hopefully we can get the job done.
I'm just expecting it. I honestly would like to see Defoe back in the team.
Defoe travelled with the squad.
I'd play Defoe. I'd just play Defoe and fucking.
I'm looking to see a bit of Cedric Itten as well. We've seen Roof starting, obviously, but we've brung this guy in and all for £3.5 million, and I'm looking to see him start.
Still early doors, man. You know what I mean? I know we can get carried away here and say, oh, we're fucking. Also, the performances Rangers are putting in are tremendous.
I know it's hard to take anybody out of that team, but like right now, would it be the best option?
No, that's what I'm on about, but it's important because we still have two cups over here in terms of Scottish Cup and the fucking Bedford Cup in it.
Aye.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure Gerrard will be fair. I don't want Gerrard to exhaust the team and just play the same 11 all the time. Obviously, you have to play the best players who train the best and who give in the best performances. I'd like to see other people be given a chance. I think this is a game where
this is a game where you could see like Calvin Bassey, for instance, start at left back.
I'd play the big man you're on about, and I'd play fucking Defoe, man, because I don't want to risk, as I say, players like Roof or Kent, like. And
then you've still got the players on the bench.
I know exactly.
So it'd be interesting to see what he's going to go with.
These are one-legged teams now.
Aye, one leg. So they'll be up for it as well. They'll be thinking, right, Rangers, we've got to beat them today, or that's it. So
anything can happen in one off.
Exactly, anything can happen. So score prediction.
3-4 Rangers.
Just as many as we can get, really. 4 or 5. Just keep piling in the goals. Aye.
I'd take whatever, mate. I just can't be arsed playing these wee diddy teams and these wee
you need to play the diddy teams to get the big teams, though, don't you?
I know, but it's disgusting that we have to qualify. Even Celtic as well, man. It's disgusting that we have to go through these qualifiers. Are you fucking kidding me? You know what I mean?
I know, like Celtic is league champions, can't even get
Celtic
a
is league
spot.
champions. Rangers is the biggest team in the world, can't he? Fucking, you know what I mean?
It is stupid, but Rangers hopefully get the job done, get through to the next round, and hopefully we'll get into the Europa League again next season.
Hopefully, as you said to me, mate, we have to have a good run in every competition. There's no excuses. We're Rangers at the end of the day. We have to go out there and look to win everything.
Exactly, you know what I mean? That's true.
Not just focus on one specific. Obviously, the league is the main target. I'd sacrifice it just to win the league, but
you've got these cups and all
European nights as well, and especially it's going to be. It's just not the same with the fans, is it, man? As I say, like, even some people look at the Europa League as like, it's not really. I enjoy watching Europa League. It's something that gives you fucking the buzz, you know what I mean? As a Rangers fan, anyway, because so long with European football and finally have it back is something I enjoy watching, man.
Nah,
The run we went on as well. So
exactly, that's just got me gunning for more. So
exactly, anything's possible.
Anything's possible with that one, but then straight from Thursday to Sunday, 12 o'clock kickoff up at Easter Road. Hibs away. It's going to be our hardest game of the season.
Always
so
is
far.
A great game, Hibs, fucking especially away.
Always a tough game.
Always,
no matter how bad Hibs are playing or good they're playing, it's always a tough game.
100%.
I really, it's hard to predict because Hibs are the closest to us in the league now. 16 points there. We're sitting on 19, so they're 3 points behind us.
Fucking, they get that was it, Jack Ross in it.
Yeah, some manager Jack Ross. So they've started the season well. Kevin Nisbet's scoring goals. Martin Boyle's looking a player this season as well. So they've got dangerous players. Jamie Murphy won't be able to play obviously, but and even Gogic in the midfield. They've strengthened in the right areas, Hibs, and they look to be a really
these people you're naming to me here, mate, are nobodies. But they'll probably show a good game, I expect some reckless tackles as well because they're dirty bastards and all. But
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see how the game goes on Thursday. But for this game, it's obviously a must win. Like you need to win. They're obviously competition.
Man. You need to win every game, as we say here. But I don't know, man. It's
going to be a tight one, I think.
It's going to be a tight one. I
think it's going to be 2-0 Rangers. Honestly,
I'm feeling a 2-0.
See if we can still keep that clean sheet against Hibs.
Definitely, but they're going to look to play a physical game again.
Because it's the thing. They are scoring goals.
If you're saying
they scored three the last game there, and they've been scoring goals all season. So
to be honest with you, mate, I don't care who it is, man. I'm going to fucking do it now, Joe. No,
you don't care who the competition is. Like, you're looking to beat them at the end of the day. Exactly. So, I'll go with.
It's a difficult game, but man, I've enjoyed the last couple of games we've played there. You know what I mean? It's always been entertaining in terms of you do get fucking some great goals there, and you do get drama. So it's a good game, man. Away from home.
Up Easter Road. So hopefully, by that, we'll be on the podcast next week, and we'll hopefully have 2 wins. But we'll wait and see. But taking us on to our next segment of the podcast. Last week we hit you with the worst 11. Sorry. That we've seen in our lifetime at Rangers.
We're on it now.
This week we're hitting you with the flip side of that. We're going to give you the best Rangers XI
that we've seen, that we grew up watching.
Because obviously there's players like Gaza, Loudrop and all that. They would 100% be in this team if we were doing it. But me and Lewis never saw them in the flesh or like growing up or that. So
we might have just died and then been born in 2000.
We're not getting into reincarnation.
No, sorry, I'm obsessed with that, Joe.
But so the best Rangers XI, we obviously had Zach on for the last week's episode. Exactly. I had a lot of good discussions about bad players, bad experiences. Just
I had a bit of mix up with the audio as well, which we apologise for.
But obviously that can happen.
That can happen when it's pissing with rain.
Just bad experiences, bad memories. We're talking about last week. But
this is about positive memories, Jack. This is
positivity.
Players that made you, for me, fall in love with football. Not only just Rangers, but football.
Exactly. Because you're growing up as a wee guy. Some of these players like just idols.
Exactly.
You look at it. So
I remember just watching Dominic Ball and thinking, that's a player that I would put in my best Rangers.
See, the thing is, I was watching Rory Loy, man, that midfield, man, with a ball off in 2007.
2007, what a fucking year that was, eh?
What an era for Rangers Football Club.
No, the memories, man, growing up, just tremendous, man.
Yeah, so, is there anybody that you would mention right now that didn't make your team?
That didn't make my team? I can't off the top of my head, mate. I've got to say, I can't even off the top of my head, mate. I'm sweating my buckets here. It's a fucking warm day. It didn't make my team. That's
because obviously there's a lot of good players.
There's too many, man.
It's too many, Hinky. But a player that didn't make mine, for instance, was Maurice Edu. Maurice Edu, great player, scored that iconic Old Firm last minute goal, but he never made my midfield.
No, I didn't make my midfield either a bit. That's what I was on about the other night with the Yankee Danks. There's a lot of Americans that played for Rangers that were good.
Plenty. When it's Matt Polster last season, fucking cracking and all. Aye, so obviously
Polster,
plenty of good players. But if you want to get right into it,
you better get right in it, mate. We get right in it.
the best Rangers 11 starting off in goals.
Alan McGregor.
It picks himself.
It just picks himself, mate.
It's the same with last week. Same with last week. The goalkeeper just really picks himself,
mate.
Alan McGregor.
I think that's what I'm on about. That is the only position for me in this team, right, where I just go, it's a no-brainer.
That's the exact same for me. Literally, if you can't get a Rangers goalkeeper, you can't get Alan McGregor for me. Like, even when
penalty saves,
like the one Samaras comes to mind. Just what a goalkeeper, and even coming back a couple of years ago at the age was he 37 and still performing as well as he did like 10 years.
Saved us so many times as well during the seasons.
Because you remember that first European campaign we were getting into, like. I remember another penalty save against Maribor in the last minute.
Exactly.
Away from home, and he got us that result.
He's been a top player and a top servant for the club, man. And
just unbelievable, Alan McGregor. Literally just picks itself. You can't say anything.
You can't argue. If there's anyone out there that would argue, you can't argue.
Obviously, if you disagree, let us know. But right back.
It's a tough one.
It's such a tough one, I think. Because there's somebody I don't...
Stevie Whittaker, right?
No, there's somebody I really want to say, and there's somebody that it should be, in my opinion.
I'm going to put it out there. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I've put Tavernier.
Right back, I've got Tavernier and all.
I've put Tavernier because...
The only one I could really think of was Alan Hutton.
That's what I was on about. It was like Taver, but
I wasn't going to fucking put Whittaker in it after what he was like after he left fucking Wankstein, but...
let's be honest, right? If we're talking about all thing we play, right?
All-round player.
It's Tav, man. The goals, the assists. I know we keep saying it, but the boy has been. When you look at
really,
it,
the only thing he's not done is won major trophies at Rangers.
Exactly. Also, we've won that fucking wee shitty Diddy Cup. That was a fucking thunder goal that he scored.
The Championship and the Petrofac Cup, they don't mean anything to me.
Well, I mean, they're a trophy. It just means that we can say that we've added more silverware to a glorious club.
But. It was a hard one because I'm like, do I say Tavernier? Because I know a lot of people don't.
I know really a lot of people exactly, but that's what I'm on about. We didn't go to, we didn't get to grow up with, you know what I mean? This, as I say, like fucking
the old school right backs to Bohr and stuff like that.
We didn't get to go hang with
Arthur Newman and all these kind of players. Like,
I think with this team, for me personally, the players that made you fall in love were more of the attacking players, more of the, you know what I mean, midfield and sort of strike. Like, we'll get into it, but I just think Tavernier for me.
I think Tavernier is such a controversial one, but obviously Alan Hutton went for 11 million to Spurs. Was it Spurs?
Aye, I think it was.
Spurs.
He was a good. Don't get me wrong, Hutton was
a good player, man.
But
it's probably it's out of one of the two. I think.
No, for me it is.
But I'm going for Tavernier.
I'm just going for Tav overall, man.
Because overall as a player, I think he's.
Just offers more.
He's a better player than Hutton. He's added goals and assists.
He's tremendous. What is he?
And plus, also, just all he needs to add is like trophies, and he'll be.
Right, that's what I want. He'll be recognised. That's what I want about. There's too many fans, I feel, that just jump on his fucking back, man. And I remember watching the Andy Halliday where he just, you know what I mean. You can't even the abuse he gets for no reason.
Like,
when you literally look when he came into the club, man, that Hibs game, you know what I mean, scoring the free kick.
Exactly, on the fight.
You know what I mean, making a statement there that I'm a top player here. You know what I mean, just even though because we got him for fucking
Wigan. I mean, we signed him for about 250 grand or something like that.
Exactly, we signed him for peanuts, right? And even if he was to leave, you know you're going to get good money for him.
Exactly. I mean, even if he does leave at the end of the season, I think he's
not going to leave, mate. He's going to retire. I feel he's going to be one of them. I feel
he's like 28 or something like that. He's still got years in him.
He's still got years in him. I don't think I won't say he's going to retire here, but he's still got a lot left in the Rangers career for me.
You think so? Aye.
He's got a lot in the tank, mate. Fuck.
Another few seasons for Tavernier at Rangers in.
I've said it here. It's happening. Gerard can do it. No, I'm joking.
So we'll go on to our first centre back now. Centre back for me, a hard one again. The first one that sprung to my mind was Magi Bougherra.
100%, mate. I was shitting myself. I was like, he's going to say, but 100%.
Magi Bougherra, like, Jesus Christ.
Christ,
I think
what a
we
player.
signed him for Charlton. Just
What a bonnet,
all through when I was growing up as a wee guy, man. Like, he was just, what a player. And that, obviously, that goal for running through the full Dundee United team comes to mind. Just always good memories about Miguera, man.
Just a top player. I always remember, like, you remember certain names when you're growing up on the fucking team sheet that you could always just, and he was always on the starting 11.
Always.
Him and another player that we're going to come on to, obviously, because it's the same, not the same position, but the same defensive position. Well, just two for me that were always there, and you just, you know what I mean, you just fucking fell in love with them, man. The way that they play football.
Well, see, I've got my next centre back. He's tied. He's tied with another one for me. I really can't decide.
Who?
So my first one's Davy Weir.
Aye.
And my other one's Carlos Cuellar. I'm pretty sure all three of them played in sort of like the same team. Just Davy Weir coming up here, he played with Everton and that, and then sort of like Clint Hill. He came up here for England. He was experienced. He was old anyway. I think he played in his 40s with Rangers anyway.
He was solid at all.
He was fucking such a solid centre back for his age. So Davy Weir, I think I've
got another one here that you didn't say, right? Maybe
who's your one?
Well, I've put him in there, but it's not a definite. Like, it's tied as well with the other two that you mentioned. I put McCulloch as well.
Leigh Mccollum. It's a guy who played every position for Rangers.
He played everywhere for Rangers, but I don't know, man. I thought
was centre back where he was best though.
I don't know, mate. I just remember him being fucking, as you say, playing everywhere. You know what I mean? If he was told to fucking play as a linesman, he'd go and do it.
Nah, exactly. He was a good servant for Rangers, actually.
Yeah, but no, I'll go with Davy Weir, mate. He's got to be there. Even though I know some people might fucking give him abuse because he was fucking Mark Warburton's assistant. You know what I mean?
He didn't leave the club in a good way the second time around, but like for when he put on the blue shirt and that, I thought he was tremendous
player,
especially for that age, coming up and just bossing it. Carlos Cuellar, as I say, was the only one that I could really compete with that, but.
I just thought I'd give McCulloch a shout in there. I know he played everywhere, man, but centre back as well.
So moving on to the final spot in the defence now at left back, I have got Lee Wallace.
Over Papach?
I've got Lee Wallace over Papach.
I'm not going to lie, I did, and then I was like, nah, fuck that, man. Papach was just...
I mean, Papach
was always in the box and fucking scoring goals, you know what I mean? Like,
Papach was a great player.
I'm not going to lie, see, when I was younger, right, I used to think he was a centre half. Like, I thought, I couldn't say, is he a centre half? And then I had to be, no, he's a left back, you wee dumb fuck. But Wallace, I did have him in there. I thought, 100%, why would it not be Lee Wallace? Because he fucking, as we say,
he just epitomises what you expect for a Rangers player. Like
100%, man.
Like
loyal, hard-working, respectful.
For me, Lee Wallace is just going to be in there every single day of the week, personally, because just how much he sacrificed for Rangers, going through all the divisions, coming back up.
No, that's what I'm
getting Rangers back to where they were, and just being a top pro all the way through that, a great player. And then even before that, when he joined, I think it was the season before.
Aye.
That happened in that. I just think he's a great player. I think it's hard, obviously, because Papach is a great player and all, but just for the fact of what Lee Wallace done for the club and that,
I would take that away, right? Who was a better player?
Lee Wallace. I'm just messing you. I'd probably say Papach, probably a better player, but
I'm fighting that one. I'm sorry. I love Lee Wallace.
We'll come back to that one.
I love Lee Wallace, and it's fucking heartbreaking how it ended for him at Rangers. You know what I mean?
Aye, it was. He really deserved a right send off.
Deserved a proper send off. What a fucking legend, man. You know what I mean? There's a reason why he's on the wall with all the other greats. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know.
Now we come on to probably the most. I mean, from here onwards, mate, it's
electric, innit?
It is electric, mate. It's, oh my god.
So you want to start us off then, your centre mid?
Why is it always when you start off, you wee bit?
There you go.
No, I'll put Ferguson in there, put Barry in there.
Barry Ferguson has to be.
He has to be in there, Rangers fucking captain.
Just honestly, what a football. Unbelievable. How anybody can even say, as a Celtic fan of that Scott Brown was ever better than him is unbelievable.
I don't know what you're smoking.
Stupid, just Barry Ferguson, growing up, he was everybody's favourite Rangers player, wasn't he?
Well, it was a mixture between him and a certain other individual that we'll get onto.
Fair enough,
for me anyway, you know what I mean, because his name. But
fair enough, but Barry Ferguson for me, just what a fucking football
yeah,
player,
again,
man.
like Lee Wallace, he just sums up what Rangers are.
It's hard to even say anything about him other than he was just amazing.
It was, mate.
That's what I think we're hoping. And I think we're too harsh on Ryan Jack because he is a Rangers. He's
exactly.
playing the same.
So we expect that to be all we expect him to.
But Barry Ferguson said that standard high. Obviously, as a Rangers captain, just.
And all Ferguson might come to Rangers and live up that standard. I take loose at Rangers anyway.
But Barry Ferguson.
He's got to be in there, mate. You
can't do this team for this time period. And
we grew up and not have him in there, man.
So Barry Ferguson, and then on to my next centre mid. So
Who have you got?
We're going for a 4-3-3.
Are we going for that? Because I went for a 4-4.
I've got Stephen Davis.
Okay, Stephen Davis, I know.
I mean, if you go and listen to the previous podcast and all that, we've actually slaughtered Davis, as we've said, but
because we know that's not Stephen Davis that we grew up and loved.
We know he is the player he's starting to show now, and then when he came back to the club. But obviously, just when we signed him, unbelievable player. Just backing that team, I just can't get enough good memories out of that. Pretty sure he scored an Old Firm game and all, didn't he?
Aye,
I'm pretty sure he did.
I'm just going to read out my two names here. Right? I know that position-wise or whatever, I don't really give a fuck. I went for players that made me love Rangers and love fucking football. Right?
Alright, go on then.
Said to you about obviously Ferguson, when you're growing up as well. I put Nacho Novo there as well. You've got to, mate.
We'll go on to up fronters in a minute because
whoa, no, up fronters, no nothing. I don't get.
You've not even got a team set.
No, I've not got a team set. I've just went for players, mate. As I said to you, it made me fall in love with the club. I've got Novo and I've got Mendes there.
Well, going on to our midfielder, mine was Pedro Mendes anyway. Because
what's a fucking footballer, man?
That was a guy, who I watched highlights of him as a wee guy on my PSP, the wee football videos and all that. And he scored a goal for Portsmouth. Just that long range,
City?
just exactly.
Was it the City game?
I think it was.
Just
exactly like he scored against Celtic and that. Just a luxury player to have at the club.
There's a few of them.
And then I had him in the back of all my shirts. I'm not going to even lie to you. And then he left, I think, a season or two after that. And then I'm sitting with 4 shirts with Mendes on the back, trying to fucking scrape the transfer off it. But Pedro Mendes, that was probably one of my favourite players as a wee guy. I just don't know what it was, just pure loved him.
Because he's a flair player, mate, you know what I mean? He was one of the fucking players where just every time he touched the ball, you were glued to him, you know what I mean? What is he going to do next? But hang with the goal, was it Dundee? Dundee
United?
No, not United, just Dundee. I think it was
Dundee, I can't mind.
And was it
just the one goal always sticks in my mind for him is that Celtic goal.
Celtic one.
Unbelievable.
And there was Davis, the main man Davis, that fucking played it.
No, exactly. Just a luxury player.
Definitely.
And he fills out the midfield. Now going into your up fronters, I have got just 3 strikers because I can't really think of wingers that I would want to put in the club. Obviously we had Stephen Naismith, but I would rather not talk about him.
He's not even in this team, mate. Don't even kid yourself. He's a wee prick.
I couldn't think of wingers personally.
Do you want me to go first, mate?
But you can go for yours.
It's got to be Kenny Miller's got to be in there.
Kenny Miller?
I've put Kenny Miller in there, and I've put fucking either. I'm sorry, mate, but they had a partnership that was fucking lethal. Him and Boyd, they had a great partnership.
I mean,
obviously Jelavic, you could hang me. I've got him there, you know what I mean? You get Kyle Lafferty or something?
Nah, right, so...
You've got Kyle Lafferty, yeah.
Maybe I'm going a bit before, the time period, but a couple of years before that, there was a striker who I just loved, absolutely loved as a wee guy growing up, about 5-year-old, I can always remember, Dado Purcell.
Right, okay.
Dado Purcell, man. He was just amazing. But I just can't say much else about these players. Obviously, I was young, I was 5. I loved these players.
This is what I'm on about, mate. Well, listing players here, and you're just thinking to yourself, oh my god, what a player! You know what I mean?
Nah, memories are kind of what goals he scored and all that are kind of blank right now.
But for me, I'm sorry, man. I know,
but there's also an argument for Kenny Miller and Chris Boyd, but Kenny Miller...
That partnership was lethal, man.
Do you really want to put Kenny Miller, who jumped ship and went to Celtic, in your best Rangers team? That's just something that will always sit like not right with me. Although great servant to the club.
Aye, but no, right, yo, aye, all right, cool. We're having this. Are we having this, right? Because I'm sorry, right? What the man, what the man did for, myself just watching foot. I thought that's a proper fucking. All right, you could, aye, right, cool, because he played for, right, okay, fair play. But I don't know, mate. For me, I just used to and love watching him put the ball in the fucking net. Every time he played, it was like, that's what I'm on about. Him and Boyd.
I mean, he did love a goal in an Old Firm game. He did love a goal.
Aye, no, that's what I'm on. He's my Old Firm, mate. Perfect striker in an Old Firm. He just sits back, lets everyone deal with the hang with drama, and he puts the ball in the net. You know what I mean? We've seen that in the game we won on penalties. You know
he scored it. No.
Yeah, he was sat and then he fucking just put the ball in the net. You know what I mean? Real striker, man. Boydie and him. That.
Obviously, Boyd broke that record, scoring as many goals in the SPL and all that. But it then takes you back to when he came back to the club. He was awful.
No, right, aye, he was right. But why? Are you memories of this player?
Are you talking? Like Jack, early days Chris Boyd.
I'm talking about when I was a wee laddie, right? And when you would go,
early days Chris Boyd has to be in it then.
Well, it has to be, mate. He's in. I'm sorry. What are you gonna? Who else? Thought you were going to say some cunt like
No, my two up fronters are Jelavic and Nacho Novo.
I mean, I've put Novo just anywhere, mate. Look, listen.
If you put Novo as an honourable mention, just at the side.
Fuck off. Fuck no, mate. I played a fucking 4-4-2. You know what I mean? I don't.
So you've put Novo in the wing.
I've put Novo and fucking Mendes out in the wings.
Fair enough, but
Miller and Boydie up front.
I couldn't pick wingers either, so I understand your problem with
that. But mate, come on. Right, okay, fair enough with Miller because he played obviously for the Scum and that, but Boyd's got to get a shout in there.
I'd probably put Boyd in over Dado Posso.
And then obviously.
But bearing in mind that being like 2007 to 2000, and when did he leave? 2008, like 10 or something like that. Aye, so that's that era of Chris Boyd, not the thing that came after it, because I don't even think that was Chris Boyd.
Obviously about the Croatian, who was.
Of course, you need to talk about him.
You talk about Jelavic, mate. He was just, I mean, oh, what a fucking footballer!
Just
remember we went to fucking.
Aye, with the Everton Man City game, we met him outside. He was too busy to take a photo.
I got to get my plane for the Croatia game. Aye, fuck off.
That was after we seen him score again.
Aye, I know.
Win the game for Everton.
Exactly. I never got a picture of Gary Neville. It was some cunt's picture, and I just fucking walked in. Boom,
he's probably the player at Rangers at that time, just grown up. I just have the best memories. We just see that goal against Celtic in the League Cup final, off the post in. He scored a header also in the Old Firm at Ibrox.
For me, see the love that he got back then. It's the love that I feel we have for Morelos now.
Aye, he's similar. Like in terms of, I think Morelos is just. He's not involved in this conversation yet, in my opinion.
No, but he's close to the 80 fucking club, mate, in terms of scoring goals.
Well, see if he scores 4 goals on Thursday. He becomes Rangers' all-time European top goal scorer.
That's tremendous.
And for being at the club 3 years, that's unbelievable.
He's got better. That's what I'm on about. You could give him a shout in here. That's what I'm on about.
You could.
The only 2 players I'd say, you know what I mean, from like the current years are Tav and Morelos for me to get a shout in that.
Aye. I would say so.
But
and Jelavic, just so many good memories. Lifts trophies as well. Just it was. I can remember the time when he went. Do you remember that? We were at Kilbowie.
Aye.
We were at Kilbowie. We were about 11-year-olds. We weren't allowed our phones. We were hearing off all the teachers that Jelavic is away to Everton for about 7 million or something like that. Pretty sure I cried myself to sleep that night. Honestly.
Yeah, probably just because I was a wee fat bastard.
Honestly, aye. That's what it'll feel like when Morelos leaves. I think just that sort of sadness.
I don't want to talk about Morelos leaving, man.
But it's going to happen eventually. So
no. Listen, look, I know it is.
It's going to be the same sort of pain.
Listen, that's what I'm on about. I want him to stay. I want him to try and get to fucking 100 goals for the club, win the league, and fuck off. You know?
Aye, and then
there you go, mate.
You're going my best wishes, but.
I'm sorry. I'm fighting Kenny Miller's case here.
You're fighting Miller's case.
I'm fighting Kenny Miller's case. Fuck, he played for Celtic.
We'll go through the team, right? So we're agreeing on Al McGregor.
We're agreeing on the defence, mate. The defence is solid.
We're agreeing on all the defence.
Aye.
So that being Tavernier, Bugera, Weir, and
Papach.
Wallace, aye.
Not Papach, mate.
Right, I'll give you Papach then.
Well, no, fuck, it's Papach, mate. I'm sorry.
I'd say Lee Wallace.
Aye, fuck it, Lee Wallace then. I've got to agree there. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking of the memories I have with that cunt, man. I used to love that bastard.
So then there's 3 midfielders: Barry Ferguson, Pedro Mendes, Stephen Davis. All 3 of them we picked.
Aye, definitely, man.
In agreement. And then the up fronters, I had Dado, Puzzle, Jelavic and Novo, but we're going to go for that era, Chris Boyd. And then
Novo's in there, mate. Sorry, Novo's in there.
Nacho Novo's in there. We'll have to talk about him, obviously. He's a bit of a wee fanny now, I must admit. Nacho Novo.
You're going to call him a fat mate? He'll come after you.
No, like just...
No, I know.
He gets into a lot of bother.
I know, a lot of scraps and that. You've seen the videos and that. It's obviously not what you want to see if you're an ex-player, an ex-footballer, really, you know what I mean? Never mind he played for us, just an ex... You know what I mean? You should be able to fucking shake that shit off, you know what I mean?
I mean, just even for I can't even think of the word, but just rejecting Celtic coming to Rangers, just that's enough for me.
No, that is enough.
And just he put on that shirt and he was like a wee bulldog, man.
No, he was, man.
Just I can remember.
He was.
I remember his goal against Falkirk in the Scottish Cup final.
Of course, mate. You're pointing out goals that FD remembers. Of course, I know.
Just that's one that sticks in my head.
Just remember the feeling I got when I seen that cunt kicking a ball. It was just...
He'd go daft.
I know, it was excitement.
But
I can also remember the feeling that Kenny Miller would give me when he'd fucking put the ball...
well, guess what? I also remember that feeling when Kenny Miller fucking put on a Celtic shirt, mate.
Why do you keep... Kenny Miller is a good footballer.
He is a good footballer, aye.
He was a great striker for the club.
He was a great striker for the club, but he also played for Celtic.
I know that.
It's just something that it doesn't sit right
Not
with me.
right, obviously, but... Mate, come on.
I'd have Jelavic in over him.
He spent less time at the club, but...
I'd just have like a Jelavic in.
I don't give a fuck what you say. Boydie's over the 2 of them for me.
Aye, no, Boyd, Novo, and then it's obviously down to that last pick.
What, is a sub fucking strike? What is this, FIFA street rules?
No, well, I'm going 4-3-3.
Alright, we're down to this last pick. Well, there's no... Come on, mate. I don't know, mate. It's tough, man.
It is a tough one. It's the position I was thinking about most. That's why I tried to put 3 strikers in, because there's far too many, Hinky.
Do you know what? Forget the 2 of them. It's Andy Little.
Andy Little?
No.
I was thinking take out Barry Ferguson for Andy Murdoch, to be honest with you. Like,
yeah. That's a tough... But come on, you got to respect Miller a bit, man. He was fucking...
No, I respect Miller for what he'd done at the time. And then he came back to Rangers.
It wasn't like he went... It wasn't like he fucking... He's played, you know what I mean, 2 spells for... You know what I mean? Like, he's...
Just doesn't sit right with me, him being in the best Rangers team. That's all.
You're a wee bit... Novo then, fucking...
Novo?
But, but...
Novo, Jelavic and Boyd.
Aye, but come on. Think about the fact that... Alright, he played for Celtic, right? And then he came back to...
he scored all these goals and then he went to Celtic and whatever. Then he came back. Came
hanging with me in the fucking lower division.
Mm-hmm.
And he helped out there as well.
No, respect him for what he did with Rangers, but...
You got to admit he was a great servant for the club, but man...
No, he was.
Right, Novo's in there. Because you can't not put him in there for me anyway, growing up.
Nah,
but Boydie...
But right, do you know what? I'll give you Miller on the bench. How about that?
Oh, you'll give me on Miller? No, because he'll start fucking telling the manager how to do his job, and we'll send him in fucking...
Him and Wallace.
Aye, well...
I remember that. Aye, but I'll give Kenny Miller on the bench.
Does that mean fucking Neil Alexander's like subkeeper?
Of course.
I know.
Either him or Roy Carroll. But is that your full team then? Is there anything else you want to mention?
I mean, B. Morris get a mention.
Edu get a mention in the past, aye. Obviously, we mentioned Carlos Cuellar.
You might mention Kyle.
I think even if you're talking, like, he was there for not even that long, but Jean-Claude Darchville was a great striker for the club. Daniel Kuzan.
How many great... That's what I'm on about. You think how many great fucking footballers we grew up on.
We grew up on a lot.
That's what I love about us as a club, man. We've always had world-class players playing for the club, you know what I mean, man?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the saddest thing was when we had to work our way, you know what I mean, man? We had to put up with so much fucking shit. You know what I mean?
And so it's obviously doing like two squads like this to see how shit we were and how good we were.
We were, man. You know what I mean?
So that was.
I couldn't imagine being like our age and growing up with players like Gaza and all that in the team, man. That'd have been fucking electric.
Like,
I mean, you
imagine
lived
that
that,
team.
man, being there and-
Obviously, my dad, my mum, obviously, like they idolised these players before we were born and that. But just thinking about that kind of team we had, like Brian Laudrup. Obviously, good news about him being cancer free. But Brian Laudrup, like, he was a superstar player. Gaza, these are players that you could never imagine coming to Rangers nowadays. But I
know now we're linked with players that fucking. Is it not as we're saying there? Like, we get Taffy fucking Wigan, we'll get it for fucking Charlton.
Bagheera for Charlton, Jelavic, I think it was for Rapid Vienna or something like that.
So we do that's
Stephen Davis for Southampton.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you get these players that for fucking the Championship sort of kind of like, and they come here and they just fucking, you know what I mean?
I know.
There's just something about them, you know what I mean? I don't know, man, but
so
that is the best.
That's the best Rangers 11
that we grew up, that we can, you know what I mean?
Obviously, there'll be different ones for people of all ages, but for us, that was what we grew up with, that's what we loved. So, just finishing on it, the Premier League obviously started back on this
exhilarating game, Jack. We have to talk about the game between.
We'll start off at Anfield then, obviously. Liverpool edging it 4-3.
Made your fucking 75 million centre half shit his fucking pants.
He didn't half that. Bamford was right on him, man. And I've got to talk about Jack Harrison's goal.
Fucking sensational. I jumped up, man. My mum shat herself. I fucking went
nuts, unbelievable man. Goal, man. See if they take Phillips, that past Trent like that, and then
the ball for Phillips straight to him, and then Costa had a fantastic game as well.
And that's a guy you criticised, I know, in the Championship.
I mean, he's one of the players I say. He just stands there, but then when he does his job, like he did at Anfield, mate, I think we'll see a good.
And then obviously Liverpool, 2 penalties, 2 new boys giving away the
Salah's
penalties.
Salah's going by the way. Fucking before we get on to the penalties, Salah's second goal, that fucking
right into the top
Mesley
corner.
Had no chance. And Mesley's only got 20, 21, and he's a Premier League keeper, so, and he's an international keeper. The first penalty, Jack, for me, is not a penalty.
Nah, I knew that was coming.
Mate, Trent Alexander's done that before, and there's been nothing good.
It
bounced off his leg and then bounced off his hand.
It's one that could go either way.
Mate, he fucking looked shit. I know a lot of Leeds fans are saying, "Oh, he looked hanging," and the young boy that was beside him, I think a lot of fucking stick. I can't really fucking hang me, but I thought the other boy, they were sort like they played good together.
Mm-hmm.
Just took him a little bit more time to get into the game, but it bounced off his leg and then hang with his hand.
Nah, well,
it wasn't a straight hand ball, you know what I mean?
I get what you mean by that, but I'd say your second one's a penalty.
I mean, I was saying to myself, I'm like 4-3, Hingway's going to come on and score. Fucking idiot comes on and gives a penalty away. Well done, you bastard. Well done. No,
but even though Liverpool did win the game and all that, Leeds made it tough. I was impressed.
Thank you.
And I think they're going to cause a lot of teams a lot of problems this season. I think maybe the only problem for Leeds is keeping up that consistency against like the smaller clubs. Like they might go to like a Brighton or Newcastle or something and drop points, but like take points off the big guns.
Points to fucking Brighton if Ben White's playing for them, mate.
Well, just against lesser teams, I think they might struggle.
That's the player that I really do wish we signed, man, because Ben would have been so much better than that team than that fucking. But we'll give that German boy a chance. Obviously, we've got the Amazon second season coming out in like 2 days.
Nice. So you'll be recording the podcast then next week. You'll just be fucking.
No, I'll be fucking binging it all in one night. Fuck that Spurs shit. I'll be watching fucking us with Russell Crowe and that beautiful fucking Australian voice.
And then the Premier League results, obviously Fulham Arsenal 3-0 at Arsenal. Arsenal are looking pretty good this season.
They keep scoring that goal, man. Aubameyang keeps doing that. He did it to the lot.
Finish, by the way.
I'm happy to get my fantasy team, by the way.
Palace 1-0 against Southampton. Sort of a surprising one. I didn't really expect Palace to go.
I think everyone's hyping. We're gassing up Southampton because of the way they ended the season.
Aye. They were pretty good, but 1-0 at Palace.
Just before we go into the rest of them, I just want to ask you just a simple little question here, because I know it's getting a bit heated with Liverpool and the Chelsea here, mate. I'm just wanting to know, obviously Chelsea have spent big money. You are crying like wee wains in my opinion about these teams are all spending these big money, but your lot have spent money.
Spent money, yes.
Right. So my thing with you is, do you think it's fair what the way Jurgen Klopp is targeting Frank Lampard and Chelsea with the whole, they're just spending money to win the league sort of thing?
I don't think it is fair now, but I can see where he's coming from. But then,
do you not just think it's because he called him a wanker or whatever?
He might be still salty for that, but then not every manager is going to be like Jurgen Klopp and like just grow a group of players for like 5 years to be as good as they are. Like, managers need signings.
No, you have to spend.
Frank Lampard said 3 years in management or something like that, is he not? That he started off with Derby, and then his first season at Chelsea last season.
This will be
and then this is his first season where he's allowed to buy players, so he's went absolutely crazy.
No, and it's disrespectful, I feel, for an academy player like Frank Lampard was for when he came through. He said that he doesn't want Chelsea to be an academy, a team. He's going to fucking spend the money to make. You know what I mean? I just think that's incredibly disrespectful.
I think it is
the system that brought him through. You know what I mean? At West Ham, I just think it's disrespectful. Jack, I say, like West Ham came through, Harry Redknapp backed him and said he's going to be. You know what I mean? Everyone's seen that fucking press conference thing. So for him, he say, I get obviously modern day you have to spend in that, but. Look at the goal last night that we're going to come on to the game with Brighton. Like Reece James, academy player, fucking scoring that.
He's one of the players that's in Mason Mount and all for last season who are actually.
Same with the right back that Brighton have got for Chelsea.
Tariq Lamptey. I was
impressed. Fucking wee player, by the way.
I was impressed with him, by the way. Like I seen him, I think once he came on for Chelsea against Arsenal away. At the Emirates, and he looked good then and all. So I'm impressed with him. Follow him and see how he goes. But got an assist last night and all.
Obviously, I mean, I thought let's just get into the Chelsea game before we go into obviously jumping about with the Premier League games. But
I
know I said like, Chelsea to win the league.
You sticking by it?
I'm gonna be a bit of a fucking chicken here. I'm not gonna pick. No, it's not. I'm not gonna pick. I just think Liverpool are probably just gonna. I just think the signings that they made, the fucking Werner, is it?
Timo Werner, aye.
That I think I thought he had a decent game, man. I thought he looks like something different.
I think he's going to score goals.
I think he's going to get fucking. Once he gets kicking, he'll hang me. The other boy,
Kai Havertz,
needs to beef up, man. He needs to get in the gym and he needs to start. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. He had a fucking. How much did they pay for him?
Upwards of 100 million. Up to 100 million, I think. Don't actually know
70 something.
Mate, I think it was 70 something. I was up in that kind of region.
Alright, first game Premiership, I understand, you know what I mean? But Bruno Fernandes, when his first game, did he not just fucking rip it up straight away?
But that's what the whole problem is. I think Bruno Fernandes, he just came into Man United and made it look so easy for an attacking midfielder, and Havertz. Everybody's expecting Bruno Fernandes.
But the argument with Bruno, you could say, is, he just scores fucking penalties all day. But for me, Bruno Fernandes is not only just come in and scored penalties, he's literally transformed Man United. No, I would say so as well. I just think with that boy that they've signed, man, like, I don't know what it is about him. He just the passing, he just didn't look interested.
It was just obviously it's his first game and all that.
You can't criticise him too much, man. You can also say he had a bad game.
I was honestly looking for him to set the world alight and all.
I thought he was going to come in. Him and his boy were going to link up. You know what I mean? German internationals.
But no, I'll give that one time because I still think he was going to be a good player.
Over time he can definitely do it. You can't just judge him off the first game, obviously. But I just thought, man, that was a bad game. It was heartbreaking and all, by the way. See Ben White.
I put on that blue Brighton shirt.
It's hard.
Just
is what it is, mate. Let's move on.
It is what it is. There's not much you can say about it.
But I fucking think win for Chelsea. I think they desperately need a new keeper in.
Kepa again was at fault for that goal. How's he not saving that, man?
He's so shit.
For the amount of money they spent on him, by the way, 72 million.
He honestly looks like a wee boy, man.
He's not good enough.
So the other
and then on to the next game, which is West Ham going down 2-0 to Newcastle.
Let's talk about these absolute disgrace of West Ham boil my blood. You know what I mean? They're just a shit team, man. They just shouldn't be in the league, man. They should have got relegated. You know what I mean? Last year, I'd have rather. Who the fuck went down last season?
Watford.
No, they needed to go down. I'd have rather Norwich had stayed up than fucking West Ham.
Went down and all,
West Ham are just. I mean, you've got the captain coming out tweeting obviously about fucking no happy the boy going to West Brom. David Moyes is your manager. Fucking scary to look at when he's doing a press conference. You know what I mean?
They have got a poor team, I think. I think they've got a real relegation fight on their hands, as we said last week, obviously, on the predictions video on that. But I just the players look like they can't be arsed. The players just look like they can't get a That's obviously clear to see if you're getting beat 2-0 at home off Newcastle.
This is a club that moved out of their stadium to go into a bigger stadium to become a European, at least, sort of challenging.
Because that's what the whole thing was. Move away from Upton Park and become this sort of big club.
Signing players like fucking Anderson, was it for Lazio?
Felipe Anderson was a good signing, I think.
A good signing.
Boy, still a good player.
Still a good player. I just think he needs to leave West Ham. West Ham.
That's what's going to happen though. They're just going to lose all these kind of luxury players they signed.
I don't know, man. They're done it. Credit to Newcastle, big boy. What's it? Callum Wilson got his goal.
Aye, good striker instinct kind of goal. The goalkeeper was coming from it. He just stuck his toe and tapped it in.
Jeff Hendricks with a good strike as well.
Aye, they're 2 signings obviously getting the goals.
Mainly goals. So fair play to Newcastle.
And then you go to 3-0 Leicester against West Brom away from home. 2 penalties.
Yeah, I'm happy with Vardy in my fantasy team.
2 already this season.
He's going to
even at 33-year-old man, he's still
had to wind the fans up, obviously, even if they weren't there.
You've seen that.
He's just a wee fucking dick, isn't he?
And then also
great. I don't know, did Zach know say, or was it you that said that he might be past it?
No, it was Zach who was saying it, I'm sure.
I don't think he is, man. I just think he's always going to be that player that's going to score goals in that league. It doesn't matter how old he is, man.
But
West Brom are getting down. Let's be honest. Fulham, West Brom are the Devils too that are getting down. They're shit.
West Brom have got Kyle Bartley, who we had years back.
Aye, I know, mate. I know. He was at Rangers and Leeds.
So Kyle Bartley in their defence, they just, I don't know. I don't see much happening for West Brom.
No, West Brom and Fulham are down for me already. I know. Well, no, just get on to the next ones, mate. Because I'm sorry, man. They two are definitely down. West Ham are in the relegation battle.
Spurs going down 1-0 to Everton at home.
Everton, I've probably made the smartest signings, man.
I was talking about this last night with Zach. Like, Everton, like we've obviously slated them year after year, spending all this money. Players like Richarlison, Iwobi, like players that
Walcott,
you could think maybe it'll be alright.
I say 100 million, felt like 100 million for Ferguson or something.
Loads of money like spent on like average players, but you look now like Carlo Ancelotti's your manager. You've got a set team, and you're adding James Rodriguez, you're adding Doucouré, Allen. They seem a step above the signings they've made in the past, and it seems like they're actually signing quality rather than just bringing in a load of players for a load of money. And I think you've seen even with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, great goal, great header,
beautiful delivery for Digne.
Yeah, good delivery as well. So I think Everton, although I did place them pretty low in the top 10, I think they could surprise a lot of people now.
That midfield, man, Aaron looks like a player. He was making passes and things like that I don't think Calvert-Lewin was onto yet because
he obviously knew.
The boy they signed for Watford, I don't know how.
I've rated him for a few seasons.
I don't know how he's not at a team like City or United or a big team like that, man, because he's a fucking anytime the ball bam snaps it, takes it. You know
he's a baller, man. I like him.
James, I think he's going to light this league up, man.
Because people were thinking 22 million. He's not signing here just for the paycheck or just because he's old.
He's not old.
The name of that cuts in. I think he's coming here to make a statement and be like, I've always been this good. I've just never been sort of given the chance. He's not.
He's been given the chance. It's just he's not.
He's maybe not had that confidence that he once did. But
Pickford for me is the only problem with that team. But I just think Pickford, he's a shit keeper, man.
I personally don't rate myself, but at Everton, I don't know. I don't know if he's good enough.
Let's talk about Spurs, who just looked like they were just walking about the park, man. There was no.
I could be wrong with Spurs and all now.
No, I'm definitely wrong with Spurs. They ain't finishing fourth.
I know we're only one game in here, but they just, if this is going to continue, Mourinho's playing, he's having to deal with a shite.
And he's called them out, but
he is a good manager. It's just the shite he's needing to deal with.
I've said it. I'll say it angry, but I don't think he should have took that job, man. As he keeps saying in the documentary you're watching. I don't know if you've watched some of the recent episodes that just came out.
I've seen the first one of the 3 that's come out.
Is that the one where they lose in the cup game?
Norwich. And then Dele Alli
and Hingway are having the argument, and he says, "Fucking, you've lost because you're nice guys. No, that was the Wolves game." He says to that to him. He says, "You lost because you're nice guys, man. You don't make the fucking aggressive tackles."
He was saying to Dele Alli at the time, he was like, "I like that reaction."
No, but that's what I'm on about. That's what you want. That's what I'm saying.
Because he was saying you're upset by you've lost. You're not you're not angry. You're not going to take out on anybody. You're upset because you know you should be better.
That's my problem with I feel like the modern day footballer is the way they took Dele Alli was obviously pissed off and annoyed they lost the game. And then Dyer's like, why are you getting all angry? You need to be, mate. You've just lost a game. You should have fucking won. You know what I mean? That's what I'm on about. Players like, I think you're Roy Keane. I think you're your John Terry's, like those kind of guys that would be in that change room and
Just screaming the house
fucking
down.
screaming the house down. You know what I mean? Gerrard as well, man. You know what I mean? I just think Spurs, they need to become more aggressive. They need to become more fucking in your face, make the dirty tackles, man. You know what I mean? I just think
they could avoid a lot of injuries this year because that didn't help them last year.
No, definitely. And for that boy for Torino, aren't they? Bella, whatever his name is.
Who's that? Belotti?
Belotti,
What, the striker, are they?
Aye, they're in for him. But I think Mourinho will be lucky to have his job by Christmas. I think they're just going to down tools again. Spurs. I wouldn't be
Fair
shocked
enough.
if they finish like mid-thing, mate.
I honestly wouldn't be shocked either, but I was expecting improvement for Spurs. But
definitely.
obviously, time to see that happen. And then last night we had Sheffield United getting beat 2-0 off Wolves.
Wolves, man. Oh, I'm happy. My boy fucking James, is it? Jimenez. It's all the same to me.
Just what a striker he is, by the way.
What a striker I've got in my fantasy team and all, by the way.
He's shown that for seasons.
I just want to say, by the way, Wes would have saved at least one of the goals, I feel.
Well,
Wes would
was
have
he on the bench?
He was on the bench. Wes would have saved that corner one, the header. That keeper's fucking shocking.
Ramsdale, I've got a feeling,
no, I know. I've got a feeling he'll be the reason they'll be in that relegation battle. I'm not saying they're going to go down, but I think they'll be in that relegation battle this season.
You think so? I placed them quite high and all because I was expecting them to just continue, but I was expecting them to like improve like greatly. Like obviously they signed Sander Berge, who's like up and coming talent for Genk. I think he played with the same team as Hadji actually. They signed him and I thought, oh, this is the kind of signings they're going to be making now.
But they're not, because they're playing Billy Sharp and McBurney. If MD thinks McBurney is a good striker, they can fuck off because his level is the Championship. He's shocking. He's a good work. I would say he's a good player. He runs, he works and that, but he's a striker. He needs to put the ball in the net. You can't rely on Billy Sharp, who's like fucking 40 odd in the Premier League in this day and age to be your goal scorer.
Nah.
There's a boy obviously in the middle of the park that's linked with Rangers. What's his name?
Lundstrom.
So I don't know, man. I think Sheffield are in for a difficult season. Wolves I think Wolves are just going to be knocking on that Champions League position again, man.
So I think so myself. I think Wolves are a great team. I think they've sort of maybe after this season will establish themselves as like somebody who's just going to be always in and about that sort of area, because obviously we've questioned them, like, can they just keep this up again? But I think they will. I think
definitely, mate. I definitely think they will.
I think they're going to play high again, and that was the Premier League for the first week. Obviously, first weekend, can't take anything too seriously so far, but for what we've seen, like that's basically that.
No, I mean that's basically it, mate.
And we'll just need to touch on a bit of news that came out today. Obviously, 3 Hamilton players testing positive for coronavirus.
Right.
In the current climate of the world, and in the football world, that's obviously not a good thing to hear.
Talk about Anthony Stokes.
No,
which one? No, I know, mate.
It's just obviously not a good thing because we want the season to be up and running and flowing every single week. And if we're
but the teams up here, did they no sign? I seen with the Premiership, like they've made clubs sign like, look, we're finishing this season whether you have to play your under 23s or something like that.
No, right.
We're finishing the season no matter what. I don't know if it's the same up here. I doubt it is.
I don't know.
But no, you don't want to. What the fuck have they been doing? You know what I mean? You don't want to see players, you know what I mean, in any league in the world really testing positive, because you want football to be back, man.
That's
we
what
want to
we
get
wanted.
back to the games. You know what I mean? I think I've seen like in Germany and things like that. Like fans are in the stadiums and all that. They're not in the clear. No countries in the clear.
Exactly.
It is, you know
it's a full world affected thing.
Exactly.
So.
I don't think, see, when they say, select number of fans will be allowed in the stadium, that really annoys me, because how can you choose? Like, that's the hardest
exactly. For me and my dad being Rangers season ticket holders for like whatever amount of like years in our life and all that, how am I more willing to like or worth going to the game than a guy that sits next to me like that has the same season ticket? Like, I don't get how they're going to do that and also have fans happy, because there's always going to be like, oh, how are you going to do that fairly?
I know we're going to talk about these 3 players testing, but I think obviously with the Mason Greenwood and the fucking Phil Foden thing being stupid, as long as players, I mean, they're being stupid all the time, you know what I mean? They two just get caught. There's players are doing it, mate. They have a lifestyle that a lot of people will never see, you know what I mean? That's what I'm on about. And I'd be the same, mate. I'd be the fucking same, man. But I just hope that nobody in the Rangers camp or really any camp in you know what I mean, Scottish League tests.
No, hopefully.
I hope it stays safe, man, because I want the fans to get back into the stadium, and you want football to get back, man, to its proper self.
Exactly,
I'm sick of hearing the fucking fake crowd. No, who
Or
wants
do you
that?
listen to it? Aye.
No, I don't listen to it, but
No,
you
do you
when you
not?
hear no, sometimes in BT, mate, you fucking have to,
Aye, you
unless
have
you've not
to.
got extra or whatever.
Aye. No, I agree with you there. No, obviously, it's not good with players still obviously testing positive, and then Scotland obviously getting in a worse state, like to where we were when football's coming back and that. So it's unsure of what's even going to happen. But best wishes obviously to the Hamilton players. Hopefully they're all right and that.
I hope, mate, they'll hopefully be all right, man.
Yeah, and hopefully we don't see much more of that, or even worse, disrupting the full league where it'll have to be shut down again.
Aye.
So
I just defos want fans back in the stadium proper, man. You know what I mean?
I'm dying to go back to Ibrox, but I know for a fact it won't be like it was the last time I was there. It's going to be different, like.
Defos.
So I really don't know
The
how they're
thing
going
that-
to manage it.
Like with the whole pandemic and that for me, that's the thing it's just made you think love football and appreciate football more, because it's been the only thing really that I think a lot of people like. Can you imagine being like your granddad or something like that? You know what I mean? It's the only thing they've got to look forward to. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Some
some
people
people, man,
exactly.
I mean,
Football's their life. You know?
Exactly. That's what when people say, "Oh, it's just fucking guys kicking a ball." Well done, genius. It is that, but it's more than that. To some
I know,
people,
but you've seen all that time it was off.
I know,
Like,
mate,
when we
you're
were in
going
lockdown
nuts,
and all
man.
that kind of thing.
I couldn't watch old games. I tried to watch old games like Leeds and Liverpool and all that.
It makes you sad in a way, because you're
Exactly.
like, I want this right now,
I want this. I know.
and I want this to be happening right now.
Exactly,
So that was a sticky period. I don't want to see us get back to that sort of thing again. And I hope we can just push on for here. Couple of positive results for Rangers, and we'll be flying. So
Exactly, Jack. It's been a pleasure again.
It's been
son.
a pleasure again, and I'll catch you after.
Catch you after with a bean and coffee, mate. A bean and
Bean and coffee. What are
Aye,
you on
got
about?
beans and coffee, mate.
Just then.